Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, especially those of you who are majoring in gender fluid Marxist basket weaving, have I got a story for you. Two Tesla Cybertrucks. The big, shiny, triangle-shaped Batmobiles of the future were firebombed at a Tesla dealership in Kansas City. And no, it was not a disgruntled Ford fan. It was a 19-year-old college student who apparently mistook
"fight the power"
for
"light the power grid on fire."
Let's get into it.
The following breaking news right now is federal authorities arrest a suspect in the arson at a South Kansas City Tesla dealership. The suspect, a 19-year-old man who lives in Parkville but attends college in Boston. We're also learning just how authorities tracked him down over the past month. Fox 4's Jacob Sloan continues our coverage live near the Tesla Center in South Kansas City. Police, what are they telling you, Jacob?
Well, the FBI says that Owen McIntyre used 2 Molotov cocktails and destroyed more than $200,000 worth of equipment here at the Tesla Center, including 2 Tesla Cybertrucks. Those documents continue to say that McIntyre is a college student in Boston. He was here on spring break back in Kansas City. Authorities found security camera footage that shows McIntyre parking his car a short walk away from the Tesla dealership here. The FBI then says McIntyre lit 2 Molotov cocktails and threw them at the trucks. The attack damaged those 2 Cybertrucks as well as 2 charging stations here. Agents were able to match the license plate on that car to McIntyre's family, and they also tracked his cell phone, social media activity, and flight records, and arrested him today in Boston. Now, I want to show you the statement from U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi on the arrest. She says, "Let me be extremely clear to anyone who still wants to firebomb a Tesla property. You will not evade us. You will be arrested. You will be prosecuted. You will spend decades behind bars. It is not worth it." The Attorney General and the FBI Director have repeatedly called these attacks on Tesla campuses domestic terrorism. Now, McIntyre is not facing any terrorism charges, but the charges that he does face, John, could land him more than 30 years in federal prison.
Strong words from the U.S. Attorney General tonight. Jacob Sloan live in South Kansas City. Jacob, thanks.
All right, guys. So according to the FBI, this genius brings Molotov cocktails to a Tesla dealership because nothing says eco-justice like lighting up $214,000 worth of electric vehicles while tweeting about climate change from an iPhone made in a Chinese factory. Guys, this guy is literally a walking BuzzFeed article.
10 ways to fight capitalism without having a job.
And guys, now he is facing federal charges. Guys, they said up to possibly 30 years in prison.
Damn! Federal charges.
He's facing federal charges here. Malicious damage by fire and owning an unregistered destructive device, aka firebombs, Molotov cocktails, because nothing says peaceful protest, guys, like arson. This kid has thrown his entire life away. Here's one thing that I absolutely love, okay? The same crowd that says Elon Musk is evil because of free speech on Twitter is now literally trying to torch his cars.
Oh my God.
Guys, these people are nuts. They're nuts, bro.
They're crazy.
This is exactly what has happened. I've talked to so many people about this. This is exactly what happens when you raise an entire generation in safe spaces, on TikTok, and, a social media landscape where everything has to be fair and equal. That's what's going on, guys. It's that simple. And, to me, the best part about all of this is the FBI is actually treating these people doing this like domestic terrorists. Which they should be. Yes! They are attacking an American company that has Americans working at it. The best part is the FBI and the ATF are now treating these people like domestic terrorists, which they should. I don't know if the blue-haired Antifa crowd can actually hear this on what Pam Bondi is actually saying, but your activism just leveled up to federal charges. 30 years in jail that dude is possibly facing. 19 years old, 29, 39, 40, 50 years old if he gets the maximum sentence. 50 years old when he gets out. Unbelievable. Just to recap, college kid with too much time on his hands and not enough critical thinking sets 2 Tesla Cybertrucks on fire. In the name of something, climate justice, Anti-capitalism. Daddy didn't buy him a new iPhone.
Daddy didn't buy me a new iPhone.
Either way, the moral of the story is woke goes up in smoke, and so does your future when you mistake social justice for arson practice. Guys, you be safe. You watch On Air with Nick Java, the Nick Java podcast here on YouTube. Guys, hit that like button if you're glad your tax dollars aren't funding Molotov cocktail workshops. Subscribe if you're tired of seeing the word activist used to describe unemployed anarchist, and drop a comment below. Should we send this kid a job application or a fire extinguisher? You guys be safe. One love. Take care.